Now, previously on Roll Over and Die. Upon reaching their home village, the party devises a diabolical plan to both increase their cut of the loot and convince Aya that Akaran is the real mayor, all executed flawlessly. After several bowls of soup and peeling jewel-coated pages from the old librarian's face, a shriek from the village bakery sends the characters running to investigate. Inside, they find the distraught Albraid Dumla, cradling the bloody form of her husband, Hertung. Investigating the body, the characters notice that he wasn't killed as a result from the comic fragments, but stiletto forced into his ribs and up into his heart. One other unusual thing, his eyelids have drawn onto them to give the crude appearance of him having open eyes. Now that's out of the way, let's roll over and die.
Our teeth good?
Is that in character?
John, was that? Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Cut that out.
Are my teeth good?
My teeth are fine.
All right. You
have
started talking
teeth?
before. I do have teeth and lips.
Hey, stop bragging.
Show off.
You have the
Shit, Richard.
cradling form of Albraid with her deceased husband, Hertung. You did go over and try to revive her with your lay on hands. It had no effect to her husband. He is passed on further than your magic can revive him. What do you do? There is a crowd forming on the outside of the bakery.
I just dramatically shouted out, "There's been a murder."
There's been a murder.
There's been a murder.
This man has been murdered.
How is that going to help?
The fire moustache.
Do people actually hear you if you're whispering?
This man has been murdered.
Do
no
we
one
even
knows.
So a couple of people start pushing into the bakery. Like 3 or 4 people that you know to be relatively sort of like their noses in other people's business types.
Is Salazar here, or is he having dinner?
Salazar is not here currently.
Okay.
It's only the people from the media area that
Do we have any authority to be like, stay back? It's a crime scene.
up to you.
Can I just
Like,
block
should we
them
try?
away?
Yeah, you can just body check people.
Yeah, well,
Couple of times.
arms, tail,
Yeah.
blocked off. Police
Okay.
line.
He's like,
Yes.
sheriff.
Sure.
There's one sort of middle-aged woman with a sort of quite a flowing bob, salt and pepper grey, quite a stern look on her face. She looks quite wealthy, and she kind of looks up to you and says, "Step aside."
The bakery is closed today, madam.
Under whose authority?
The deputies.
Deputies of what? The deputy mayor, Nullist.
No, the deputies. Not the
have-
deputy mayor.
We have no deputies here, you fool. Get out of the way. She tries to push her way through. So you just stand there.
Yep.
I'm not going to make you roll against her. It's
it.
not no point.
I would crush her.
Do you want to?
I do not want to crush her, but I'm just saying.
Can I be standing next to him going, fight, fight, fight?
Yes, you can.
I am.
And she just gives you the stink eye off to the left.
She's snooty.
And she goes, "Well, Salazar's going to hear about this," and then just storms off.
It's all right, I'll go
Good.
after Salazar. He's having a soup till.
Partos never see it again.
I mean, I could go and get him if you want me to.
Okay. There are
We don't need
there are
anybody else to know that
Gorkas outside trying to like peer in through the bakery window, and like trying to peer between like under your arms. There's even a little kid that tries to scramble through your legs before your
there,
tail whips down and blocks his path.
Are there blinds in the bakery?
There are shutters.
I'm going to close the shutters.
Yeah, you run around just, and people like when you close one, they all like crowd over to the other side and then shut them. And you still kind of see them moving between the slats, but
Where are we?
They
I
can't see
give
inside
them the
anymore.
stink eye, and then I'm just like,
Yeah.
Are we in the bakery?
Yeah.
Yes, you are currently in the bakery.
I assumed
realize.
everybody was in. I didn't mean to block you guys out.
No, everybody's inside it.
you can't go in.
Deputies' orders.
So yes, unfortunately, Albraid is still sort of crying in mourning.
Yeah,
I'm cuddling her.
From
Crying with her.
So she's she's on her knees, cradling her husband. So he's like spooning her from behind.
Such a lovely man.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm like a twiglet.
Why
around her.
do a little persuasion with advantage because she's a little bit in.
Are you trying to
What, yeah.
persuade this woman?
I don't know.
Trying to convince her to
Recent
not
widow.
shrug you off, shrug the embrace off.
that would be really
What's her name?
rude.
Albraid
It's all right, Albraid. I'm here for you. 13.
with
Plus
advantage,
Advantage roll again.
13.
double 13, meant to be. So she doesn't
That's
seem
9.
to sort of react too much to you cradling her, as you just kind of scoot down on your knees, spooning her from behind, because it's the only way to hug her without hugging also a corpse.
It's like a soup spoon.
Yeah,
Someone say soup.
you feel hungry.
I like you best.
There is actually plenty of bread, like just on the table, just to your right-hand side. Like
I'm
she's on
crying
the
and looking
floor,
over to it as well.
and like just because you're quite tall, at eye height, there's the countertop, and there's just a waft of fresh hot bread.
That smells good.
Yeah, it's like literally inches from your face.
So every time I'm crying into her ear and hugging her,
Yeah.
and it's okay.
Her hair pulls up with
and
water.
I take a breath in.
Yeah.
I can smell the bread. So
Okay.
every now I'm like, just that goes on for a little while.
Okay. What do you for?
Do I know what bread is?
You know what food is, and it makes you feel hungry.
That
Your stomach
smells-
rumbles.
It's
been a few hours.
delicious.
Is there any drink in the bakery? Because I can start
Um,
serving up like I do in the tavern.
There's no, they don't serve drink in here, but there would be some kind of liquid ingredients to the bread. So maybe there's milk, maybe there's water. on that.
You can't just drink.
I'm sensing we're hungry right now. I think, who's going to check on what happened?
I think you should ask her how she is since she's
Well,
spooning
Or
her
what happened?
I keep getting distracted.
by the bread.
Go on, deputy.
Yeah.
I'm blocking the door.
Deputy.
Oh.
Excuse
You
me,
could-
sir. Can you please help us?
It suddenly occurs to you, you
aside.
could close the door.
Oh, so it goes in.
It shuts like a door.
Oh, okay.
Very much like a door.
Can I roll to shut the door?
Sure. What would you like to roll?
I don't need to. I'll just shut the door.
You can shut the door.
Okay.
It's fine. And there is to stop it blowing open in the winter when the locks are not especially great. There is a bar across it, like a wooden beam. You can just go dunk. Job
It's
done.
not weird that we just locked ourselves in here with this crying woman, is it?
Is it?
I think it's,
not,
a bit
right?
weird.
It's not the weirdest.
You know things about stuff.
I don't know how things work in your world, but I think this woman is distressed.
She's pretty perceptive.
It's not the weirdest thing we've done, so it's fine.
Should we all sit down and have some bread together?
Let
That
me
would
knock
help.
something up.
Look something up.
Knock.
Knock.
I
Can
feel
you
like we
make
should
us dinner?
investigate this dead body that has
It's
Eyeballs.
It's been a murder.
Yes.
eyeballs.
It's got eyes drawn on its
Yeah.
lids. So when his eyes are closed, it looks like his eyes are still
As the
open.
self-appointed
what if we
deputy.
It's
just-
not crude. It's not like accurate or anything.
What if we just prop him up in a chair?
Well, I think
Then
she'll
he'll-
know.
If we distract her with bread.
I think she'll still know that he's
She's
dead.
a baker.
I wanna-
I don't
I
think
wanna-
bread will distract her.
Be sympathetic towards her.
Mhm.
I sort of want to distract her, but I also want to open his eyes
Why?
to see what's under the eye, double eyes.
There's
Surely I'm
eyes.
distracting her because I'm
Can you- okay.
spooning her.
Okay, I want to crouch over,
Distracted.
and I want to like hug her, but also
Distracting.
move her so she goes into your chest, and then
Yeah.
I open his eyes.
There's not much
When you
to
open
check.
his eyes, he's got the glassy stare of a man who is dead.
Thought there'd be no eyes.
And they are brown.
Oh my god, he's dead!
I just thought you were staring at the ceiling for a really long time without blinking. He's just brown eyes. But the eyes on his eyelids are blue.
Green eyes.
Blue eyes.
Blue
Oh, what?
eyes.
Yeah, that's not very.
So he has
perceptive.
brown eyes.
Yes.
What are blue eyes?
They're painted on his
What are
eyelids.
blue eyes?
Yeah, they're painted like crudely. Again, not particularly accurate. Looks like they were done
mean something.
hastily.
By
He's the
child?
Night King?
I mean, a child could have done it. Sure. They're not intricate.
Can
So-
go on.
Can somebody check her
Oh.
foot size?
For what?
Stiletto.
Her foot
I
size.
don't
when I
think
say
it
stiletto,
didn't
it's
mean
not
literally
like
someone's shoe.
a stiletto is another word for a thin knife
That's what I meant.
rather than a
I want to pat him.
heel.
Hands.
I want to pat him down.
Check
Sure.
out.
You want to pat him down?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. As you're patting him down, he is wearing clothes of a baker. So he's got an apron on, he's got a loose cotton shirt, he's got a pair of tan trousers, boots. When you pat his pocket, you find that there is a set of keys in there, and there is a handkerchief in his other pocket. Why don't you do an investigation check for me, please?
I want to take the keys so I can cook some stuff up.
Just going to steal from a dead man.
And what?
Sure.
His wife's in the room. She owns a bakery too.
being spooned.
14.
14. Okay, cool.
Really bony spoon.
Okay.
Don't
So
call
your
it
investigation
bones.
reveals that Hertung died from his wound quickly, and the angle of the insertion was conducive to a frontal attack. So where the wound is on the left-hand side, it came from the front rather than like the side or the rear. And DC 14 also reveals to you that there was no sign of struggle. There's no bruising on his exterior skin that you see, rather than his interior skin. That's the thing.
She did it.
So presumably Hertung was either familiar with or at least unthreatened by the killer.
But she didn't want that. She just wanted to find the keys so she could.
Oh, she did that.
Yeah.
But as she was paying down his pockets, these are things that you notice
Okay.
with
Can I
that good
tell-
investigation check.
How tall the person was from the angle of the way it went in.
Not with an investigation check of 14, no.
I have some self-awareness that that your reactions to me have been with terror and with I'm obviously not how I'm supposed to look. So I know that I'm not the person to go and talk to her. But Parter, you seem like a sensitive person. Could you comfort this woman, but also find out if she knows anything?
Yep.
You say to him while he's spooning.
Yeah, I casually, gently spoon him and whisper because I think that's normal here.
Okay, I see these in a 3-way spoon, and I just
4-way because of the.
Did you
oh,
put
the
him to
dead
sleep?
lady.
Bloody.
I forgot about that.
Did
Can
you
you
just put him
roll
to sleep?
Nope.
a Constitution saving throw, please?
Okay, I need to remember this.
It's 18.
Yeah, you're fine. You feel a little bit woozy suddenly, but your eyes bring back. You refocus.
Okay, but
So
I'm
we're
still
all
spooning.
spooning.
Yeah.
We're all
We're all
spooning
spooning.
each other, and I'm whispering in your ear. Do you think
I can't take her.
This
I
I
woman?
want some bread.
So the only person that's not spooning is Mike and this is not the way I thought it was going to be. Mike and Chad.
So confused. So this is like Chinese whispers through to me, right?
Sure.
So what was?
I whisper gently to you.
In your ear.
In your ear as I'm swooning you.
Because they're on.
I know.
You seem like the most sensitive of us. Perhaps you could comfort this woman and ask if she saw anything. This man's been murdered. Perhaps she was a witness.
Apparently, I've got to come for you.
I whispered to Aya.
She whispered.
I think she did it.
She
Okay.
whispered in my ear, I've got to come for you. What happened here? Or I'll murder you.
Did you say
What are
that?
you saying?
Why?
I'm not very intelligent.
Okay, roll an intimidation check.
What you did wrong?
What the hell just happened?
19.
Okay, she hears you, and her eyes go wide, and she goes really still, tenses up. You can feel her tense up, and her breathing becomes shallow and rapid.
Oh,
But she doesn't look at you,
she doesn't look at me.
and she doesn't answer you either.
Can I have some bread now?
Yeah, she doesn't answer you.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Why
Is
isn't
she-
she speaking?
I'm looking back
Is
at
she
you.
alive?
She's alive.
She hasn't had like a heart attack or something.
No, but she is incredibly tense. Basically, her husband's just been murdered, and then someone's walked in, killed her, and then said he's going to kill her too.
She told me to do it.
I definitely didn't say that.
Well, speak up. Speak up, woman. I can't hear you.
There's just a single tear rolling down her still cheek right now, and she's just looking, not even at her husband anymore, just at the door,
I'm gonna
transfixed.
reach around and just pat her on the.
Okay, she
neck.
flinches. Oh,
Her shoulder will be covered. So
So I threatened to kill her, and now you're strangling me.
I thought
No.
I'm just
to
gonna
sleep.
put her to sleep gently.
yeah, she flinches at your touch,
Yeah.
and then slowly slumps into your arms.
Okay. What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, I just panicked and she whispered in my ear. I didn't hear it properly.
Can I get some bread and just shove it in his mouth?
Yeah. Kenny? She?
Absolutely.
Okay, there you
All
go.
right.
Okay.
And then I just
That's one
get up
problem
and just
solved.
walk away,
Yeah.
just munching on this sweet, tasty warm bread.
Yeah.
I'm sighing heavily, and then can I look for any sort of is he bleeding out? He's been stabbed, so
He's
bleeding.
been stabbed, he's bled out heavily.
Is there a trail of blood, like he's been dragged, or
It's been, no, it's pulled
Okay.
out around him.
Okay.
But if you want to get in there and do more of an investigation,
I
you
don't
certainly
want
can.
to get into.
I mean, get
his
into the
wound.
crime scene. Yeah, don't definitely don't
Can
dive in there.
Can I have a look around to see if anything's been knocked over?
Oh, sure, yeah. Again, do an investigation check for the bakery rather than the corpse.
Now that I know the door is closed, can I also investigate?
Yes. What do you want to investigate, the bakery or the corpse?
The bakery.
Okay.
Because
roll
now that I'm a
investigation check.
self-appointed deputy, I'm looking for clues.
Okay. You've got a magnifying glass.
Clues, yeah.
I got
Yes.
the keys.
I got a 19.
No, 19. You're fairly certain that there There is nothing untoward about where the bakery, like the layout of the bakery. So there's no you've got quite a lot of you with a 19. So bakery is quite a flowery place.
A flower? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, full of flower.
Yeah.
Rather than like
Full of flower, not
full
flowers.
of flower, not flowers. And you see there's where you've been walking and trampling around. You've left footprints,
Okay.
and so you do see some footprints around where the corpse is. But there's so many of you that have gone over and looked at him and like, spooned him. You can't quite tell where. Yeah, can't quite tell where like your footprints are and like his end, and if there's any other customers in there. But it looks like there was. You pick out like the odd footprint, like partially obliterated footprint here and there. Looks to be like a regular sized flat shoe.
Is it a human footprint?
It looks a medium humanoid size. You don't know what the species is.
Okay.
So it could be like an elf, a dwarf, a halfling, a human. I'm not sure.
I feel like we've contaminated the crime scene.
Can I sneeze?
Not on purpose, no.
I sneeze. Roll for sneeze.
You have bread in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
That would go everywhere.
Can I... Okay, yeah. Can I check if she has the same size footprint? Or is that too much? Can I check
With
if
a
her
19,
size...
you kind of glance at her feet that look a bit too small, and the foot padding on the bottom of her soles, because she's still laying down, she's unconscious, don't match up with the one that you found.
There was someone else here.
Yeah.
It's very
Do,
wide.
do with that
You
what
can roll your investigation check as
I
well.
rolled an 8.
An 8. So you pay particular attention to a lot of the baked goods that are available on the side, and you don't see any fingerprints on them, but you double check by eating one of them.
Is there blood on the baked goods?
You think you saw blood. It was jam.
I should taste it to be sure.
Yeah, you taste it. There's no copper to it. It's just all sweetness. You're happy. But there's another one next to it. It's got yellow on it. You're like, what's that? Custard.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Why did you look at me?
I thought it was yellow blood. I don't know. Oh yeah, blue,
Blue
blood.
blood,
I know,
yeah.
blue blood. Never mind.
You see a blue one?
bleeding over the bread.
Blue one.
Yeah, it's blueberry.
Ugh.
But you taste it to make sure.
So
So you're just eating
they make bread here
good investigation.
Very good.
with jam and custard
Do you think it was
and something blue
Colonel Mustard that killed him?
in the bakery
With
with a
the
shoe.
stiletto. We've solved it. Our job here is
It was
done.
definitely a shoe wound.
Shoe wound.
Yeah.
I,
Wound.
I will get some bread and dip it into my blood from the rock wound because I saw him eat the blue
Yeah.
stuff.
It-
And I will
Your
taste
wound
it.
is mostly healed up, so it's scabbed over, but you do get a little bit of a
I
scraping.
poke it in there.
Yeah. And it tastes great with a slight hint of copper.
You were right. This is normal. I'm
This
one
is
of you.
normal.
I'm one
That's
of
what I
you.
said.
This is how we
I wanna-
investigate.
The weapon obviously was something like a stiletto heel, but not.
Yeah, like a thin knife.
Can I look
Very thin knife.
see if there are any of those around?
Yeah, if you go to roll a perception check to do like a scan in this room, and then you go back to the sort of the bakery proper, where the oven is, where they prepare all the actual food themselves, rather than the shop front. You stick your head in, have a look around.
14.
14. You see there are multiple implements for cooking, slicing bread, testing the bread as well. None of them look to be either sharp enough or thin enough to create that wound.
Okay. The weapon is not here, guys.
I thought you said weapon was still in.
No,
Oh.
I did not say
I
that.
can't seem to find a weapon. So.
So the killer has seemingly come in, stabbed the gentleman. He seemed to put up no struggle, and then has left. And
But
then
he knows him.
He must know
He
him.
must know him.
As I'm eating my bread,
thinking,
kind of thinking and looking around. Partly thinking about what I whispered into the woman's ear.
Regretting it a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. It was a bit aggressive.
It was.
And then I'm looking around the rest of the room.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to gauge which way they might have gone. Whether there's anything that's disturbed either on the way out.
Mhm.
Or there's a back door there.
So where he's been killed is in the shop front,
Mhm.
which is on the other side of the counter. So like between the counter and the door. So it's probably only about 4 or 5 feet from the body to the front door.
Are there any other doors?
There is at the back, but you'd have to go around the counter, open the door from the shop front to the bakery,
I'm just meandering
through
around.
the kitchen, and then out the back door. But it's
Start
possible.
walking through that door.
You wander in, you can see where all the ovens are. You see all there's raw bread ingredients, yeast, flour,
Raw bread.
You contaminate
Raw
bread.
raw bread, bread.
That's not what.
Ready
Bread
to be.
sushi.
It's just dough, I guess, at this point.
Raw bread.
Yeah, raw bread, dough.
Raw bread. Dope.
And yeah, you get to the back door. You stick your head out, and they've got a little garden out the back.
Garden.
Yeah, and you feel good looking at this garden.
You
I
feel
carry on
good.
walking out into the garden then,
Okay.
and just
You wander out the door.
we just want to see what plants they've got and what little
the rear door
creatures.
kind of blows shut.
Yep.
And like locks itself.
In the
Still
garden.
nibbling my
Ian.
bread.
Yeah. when you see one of your you see one of your bumblebees
Oh, Fred.
come and pollinate on the flowers out back. Meanwhile, there is a bang 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 on the front door, and then a bang bang bang,
Chad.
and then you hear a "Let me in!
Who is it?
It's me, Nellis Trist."
The real deputy.
Oh. 1 second.
I can see.
There's
us
no
through
one
the
in
window.
here.
Like all the shutters are shut.
Oh,
no one
okay,
can see
sure.
inside.
Sorry.
Is the body just still laying there?
Yep.
Is she still just asleep next to him?
Still cradling him, but asleep.
This doesn't look good for us.
We'll just tell them we're not here.
Just touch his neck, her neck.
I can do
If
that.
we need to, be prepared to
Can't do
touch
that
a
for
neck.
everyone in the village, though.
I can touch
Yeah.
whoever I want.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
No.
No?
Just be prepared.
Should we hide?
Behind the counter.
I'm going
Hide
to hide.
her.
I won't
Hide
be
her. Take
hiding.
her out to the garden.
There's a bee.
You don't know that.
You don't know.
I think there's a bee.
Drag her out to the garden.
No, I will meet the authorities of this village. Let them in.
Oh, you're killing me.
I don't know how to make you go outside.
I must
I-
insist you open the door now.
One
Open
minute.
The door. That might be Akaran.
Wait, no.
The mayor.
I gotta read this one. Can I try to cast something?
Maybe.
A message. I can cast a message. I point my finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
You can talk to me. You don't have to message me.
No, but you won't listen to me. So she's just gonna hear this amazing whisper that says, "Look at me, I'm a bee. Come outside to the garden."
If that's genuinely what you're going to do, I'm not going to
That's what you use.
Yeah.
You use that.
Yeah.
Can you tell me if there's VSM, verbal, somatic,
VSM.
and it is VSM?
Yep.
So you have to both say something, say a magical word or phrase, somatic, which is hand gestures, and you have to, there's a material component to that as well.
So that's not gonna work.
So
How could this be
why don't
going
you
through?
do a perception check?
Oh, a perception
Yeah,
check.
yeah.
Yes, of course.
And the DC will
okay.
be the level of the spell, which is a cantrip, so it's DC 10.
It's worth a
It's
shot,
me, I'm
right?
a bee.
5. So you don't notice him casting, and you just hear in your mind, "Come to the garden, I'm a bee." Ooh.
That's not necessarily going to persuade me, though, right?
You don't
No,
know
I mean,
what
you
you
react
roll.
as AO
Yeah.
You
react.
don't know what it is.
Do
What's
we
the-
notice her like change?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No, there's no outward other than that.
There's no outward.
Okay, fair enough.
What's a bee?
A bee.
Huh?
It's a scary insect that will attack you.
You eat bees quite a lot.
Frederick.
I
Bees
eat
are
bees.
very
It's
authoritative.
dinner.
They are like leaders.
I'm getting a lot of mixed messages.
Bees are leaders.
Ferocious leaders.
They are ferocious leaders who you eat.
I sometimes eat bees, but that's because I am a more ferocious, stronger leader.
She's a good negotiator.
I don't eat soup.
You eat bees like that for breakfast?
Yes. I crush bees.
Is this to do with kickball?
There are sometimes bees there when you play kickball.
Okay, I think there might be.
Perfect plan once again.
I think there might be
Dun,
one
dun,
of these
dun, 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 dun.
bees outside.
We should go and meet it.
I think
and
you're right.
defeat it.
I think we should go defeat the bee.
Chad, you deal with this less ferocious, not important man.
I hate you.
We'll go check the bee out.
Woman.
We'll protect you
Smellest.
from the bee.
Woman.
Thank you.
Is this the woman that wrote
That's
me
so
a note?
thoughtful.
Oh, cool. She
Yep.
wrote me a note.
So I'm gonna. They're gone.
We're going.
They're going.
Yep.
I'm gonna open the
Presumably,
door and
yeah.
like
You two are
lean
going?
in the doorway.
So you get to the rear of the bakery, and you throw open the door, and you see Parter
No.
tending to the garden, like picking up flowers, whispering to them, chatting to a bee. You don't know what a bee is at this point.
Where is this bee?
I go,
Whoa!
check this out, and I just eat the bee.
Frederick!
Roll an athletics check.
What are you doing?
Drama.
I've told you this before. Don't do that.
It's nature at a 14.
Yeah, you just like Mr. Miyagi this bee out of the air and just pop it in your mouth.
See?
As you know, you whip out with your tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab it and just swallow it.
Defeated.
This bee was important to you?
Frederick did nothing wrong to you. He's my friend. They're all my friends.
He's
Can
a
I feel really
ferocious
bad
beast.
about it when I see his reaction?
Yes.
And just
I
And it just flies out of his mouth.
flail it.
He's just gonna push me.
Yeah,
Goes
okay.
Frederick.
Plus 6, I think.
You
Plus-
just obliterate Frederick completely. Your flail whips through the air with a shriek, and it just.
Why would you do it?
There's a very faint.
thank you. That bee almost got the better of me.
He's a ferocious
You're
warrior.
I'm gonna storm back in.
I go to pat Parter on the shoulder, and then I realise, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
You can pat him on the shoulder because he's wearing clothes.
Yeah, not Chad.
Yeah.
That's true. You're
I
not
have
naked.
clothes.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Mike and Chad
Yeah, real story.
inside. The bang is getting louder,
Yep,
and
yep.
you hear Nullis from the other side demanding to be let in.
I was gonna open the door and just lean in the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take up
Casually.
half of the doorway. Yeah.
And she peers at you over her half moon glasses, her tight grey bun, and her sharp elven features. And she's got her trademark ledger in one hand and her bag over the shoulder. You can see, like, peering around her is that bob-haired woman that you saw earlier that tried to work her way in.
What's her name?
And she looks smug.
What's her name?
Oh, right. Her name is... I'm glad you asked me.
She's going in my book.
What book?
She's
Oh,
been
your
taken
real
off.
book. Like Chad has a book
Can
now.
you do that point spell you did last time?
Yeah,
What point spell message?
message. I thought it said massage.
no.
I already did
No,
it
no.
too.
What's the ice hand? No, the ice
Cast
hand.
massage.
Chill touch?
Yeah, just kill her.
Wow.
Haven't done any. You're a pacifist.
Yeah, what?
My character is.
Too busy eating bread, chasing bees.
Her
Afraid to
name
kill
is Apollonia Grossman.
Ugh.
Pollinator.
Apollonia.
Yeah.
She sounds like a bee.
Pollinator.
Gross.
Pollinator Grossman.
Apollonia.
She's a gross man.
She's a
Yeah.
gross man.
You know, the Grossmans have got quite a lot of influence in Blackmire. They're quite one of the wealthier families. And her and her
Gross.
husband are
Do they
renowned
read?
for sticking their noses in other people's business.
Do they read?
They do read, but they've got their own private library.
So I've never seen them before.
No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't go to Acheron's.
Okay.
They feel the public libraries are beneath them.
Nullus?
They prefer to buy their own books.
Nullus?
Yep.
Is that your name, lady?
Yeah, the deputy mayor who's standing in front of
Oh, I was
Her
talking to her.
lady name.
Apollinaire.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, you were asking
Hey,
her.
lady, is it Nullus? Nullus, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much for the note earlier. My boss really appreciated me being.
Yes,
Back.
no problem. So Apollinaire tells me that there is something untoward going in here. You weren't letting anyone in.
Huh?
We heard shrieks coming from inside the bakery. Is everything okay?
I tripped
I
over
can barely
my
see
apron.
you around the Chad here.
Around
Yeah.
the chair.
Yeah. No, you can't.
This makes
So-
conversation with Mike very
Oh,
difficult.
Mike. Yeah, sorry, I forgot you're back here.
That's right.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you possibly write me another note? I'm going to be later back at work, and I really could do with another note.
This is not a top priority for me at the moment. Chad, would you mind if I came in?
Why?
I need to assess the situation. We've had shrieks, and then what Apollinaire has told me is quite disturbing.
It's real bad in there. There's just flour everywhere.
Okay.
It's a real mess.
Can I speak to Hertung or Albraid?
Who?
Yes.
The
Yes,
bakers,
you can. Let me
people that
just
own-
go get. Not Hertung. The lady. Albraid. Let me just go get her.
Will you roll a deception check for me, please?
14.
She looks impatient, but allows you to disappear back inside. Do you keep the door open or just close it?
No, I keep it open. How's it going?
Fine.
I haven't seen you around Acarans for a little while. How come you don't read any books anymore?
No, I do still read, but you know, the actual function of the city is quite time-consuming for me.
Oh, I know.
You know, Salazar is not one for the paperwork, so he leaves kind of like the logistics of the town up to me.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, have you seen him? Salazar?
He's at home, yes.
Did you know anything about this whole meteorite thing?
I didn't know anything about it until it happened, no.
Yeah, that was
a few
weird.
hours ago.
That was super weird.
We're still...
How much would you pay for a meteorite? Like 800 pounds of meteorite.
It depends what it's made of.
I mean, percentage-wise.
How much do I pay
I'm a numbers man.
This makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm
I'm in the background.
of a percentage
600.
of a percentage of a meteorite. What would you pay as a reasonable fee? I'm just asking for a friend.
A fee for what?
For collecting the meteorite. The meteorites just don't
It
fall
depends
in your
how
lap.
far away is it and how hazardous was it to retrieve.
I mean, it was like really far away, and it was like really heavy.
Well,
Like
I guess
not anybody else in the town could carry it.
I
Potentially.
need to know specifics, really.
But loose percentage.
Well, I mean...
Are you doing anything?
But-
I'm just sitting there going, this is so interesting. I'm learning so much. I'm changing
We do.
into Albraid.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But before I do, I do want to move her behind the counter.
Okay, you drag... There's a very faint sound of...
So 10%. This doesn't really seem fair, right?
I mean, 10% sounds like a sort of a going rate, really.
Salazar said the same thing. That doesn't add up.
I mean, really, it sort of defaults up to him. He is the mayor, after all.
Yeah, but you just said that he's too busy to do math.
I didn't say he was too busy to do math.
I mean, I'd put 2 and 2 together. That's 4. Which would be 40%.
That does check out. Would you rather 4%?
No, 40.
40.
40.
40. Seems rather high.
Yeah.
After all, most of the donations go towards repairing the town. You are quite literally taking money out of people's starving mouths.
But there's all this bread in here. Albraid, bring some bread. Show how much blueberries there are.
Meanwhile,
Blueberry bread.
Albraid.
To bleed more.
Can I crouch behind
No.
you? I'm not. You can't see me just yet.
Okay.
I sort of want to get a message to you. So I want to whisper to say, I'm Albraid. I'm going to tell them he's dead.
It looks sad.
He's the only clothing he's got is his pants. So I'm just trying to
Shake my pants.
So, Nullist looks down as your trousers are shifting from side to side. And she gives you a cocked eyebrow.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Excuse
me. I pull my pants up.
Okay. She says, Elbraid,
I've got a cloak round me.
is everything okay?
No, he's dead.
Who's dead?
Hertung.
She pushes away.
That's fair.
She looks,
I'm gonna fix my pants.
she looks around, and as she pushes her way in, Apollinaire tries to follow her immediately.
Nope.
So you body check her as well.
Oh yeah.
Get out of the way, you dumb brute! I came here with Nullist.
This is deputy business only.
Again, there are no deputies here.
There's 2.
I don't believe you. This is outrageous. Nullist!
There's not.
Can I turn around?
I whip her.
Okay. Nullist seems to be is not paying attention to
Yep.
Apollinaire at the moment. She
got
sees
something
the scene
for her.
on the floor.
I'm hysterical, and I am saying this is my husband and my shop. I want you out, so I close the door in her face.
Okay, so you reach around
Yeah.
Chad and just push the door closed again
Yes,
and put the bar down.
and I'm like shrieking and.
Okay. Why don't you do a performance check for me?
Oh shit!
Because you technically actually don't know what Albraid sounds like.
No, I don't. That's why I'm going.
But you have spoken a few words already.
Damn. 15.
15? Oh, yeah. Nullist is none the wiser. And she gives you an awkward embrace. She's not a hugger. And then lets you go and kneels down next to the body and starts like checking over the body. She says, and looks up at you. What happened? Yeah. She looks over to you. Albraid is rather distraught. Do you think you could take her to the bait and switch?
The bait and switch.
The tavern.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like what we're doing. Yeah, whatever you need, Deputy Mayor. I'm here for you, as long as you put in a good word with Salazar. But can I help you here at all? Because I feel like I'm well suited for this job.
Why don't you take her to the bait and switch and tell Harnost to look after Albraid, and then you can return here as quickly as possible.
That's fair.
It'll take you a few minutes at most.
That's fair. Are you looking for anything here?
I'm just going to look at see if I can find any clues
All right.
about what happened. Albraid doesn't seem to be in this
The
state of mind.
custard ones are really good. I highly recommend eating some of those.
I have already had my porridge this morning. I don't feel particularly hungry.
Okay, I'd like to say louder than normal
Mhm.
because I know that the door's open.
Mhm.
Okay, Nullist. Have a good look around. Let me know if I can be of any assistance. I'll be back in 5 minutes with just me.
Just me.
And you usher Albraid out.
Yeah.
And just
And you
leave
leave.
her in that
Yeah.
room alone with the body.
Meanwhile,
She's behind the counter.
so you two have gone. You three. What are you doing?
We hear this, yeah?
Nope.
We don't hear
Oh,
him
I tried to say it
speak
loud enough so
loudly.
you could. they
Okay.
could
Oh,
hear.
okay. Then in that case, I suppose that is the end of what you're doing. Why don't you three roll a perception check?
Now you want me to pass perception.
It's fine. She didn't see what I really look like.
I mean, I kind of had a good idea.
23.
Oh yeah.
26.
Wow.
I got 19, but I can't remember what my perception is, and this has been so.
Your perception check is, well, your perception score is rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's loading. I can't tell you either. But 19 is more than enough. All three of you
They're
hear
creatures.
Chad
Oh.
raising his voice and saying he's going to be back in 5 minutes. You investigate here, Nullist. Your perception is +0, so it's 19. Yeah, but you hear it anyway.
Okay.
So you three hear it.
From the door to the garden,
Mhm.
is there any like window or anything next to it?
Yeah, there's a window into the bakery, into the,
Can I-
like, the kitchen.
But we've got no idea that they've hidden Albraid and
Nope.
she's
No.
changed into Albraid.
Can I just
Yep.
Peer up
All
and
you
see?
see is the kitchen area of the bakery, not the shop front where these two were,
okay?
and Albraid's unconscious form is, which you don't know about.
Okay.
Hertung's corpse and Nullist is in there.
Why
You
are
can't
we
see any of
hiding?
that.
We should walk out and introduce ourselves.
There's a dangerous situation. I am
More bees.
I will sneak in. I will see what's happening, and then I'll tell you two about it. Just wait here.
I've got no idea what's happening.
Do you trust me?
Always, Pep.
Thank you.
I do not trust
I don't trust her.
I do not trust you.
I don't trust her.
I killed the bee.
You've lied to me already today.
When did I lie to you?
When
You
you,
made
gave
me
me
sad.
that letter.
You made me say bad things to people.
I didn't lie to you.
Yes, you did. You said it was part of the book. It's not part of the book.
I really think
Don't
we should
trust-
just do something.
I will tell you exactly what happened. If you just trust me this one time.
Trust
Give
her.
you a moment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Roll a stealth check.
Kill my bee.
That bee was a danger to everyone.
I hate you.
12.
12. She's
I protected you
she is
from
actually
me.
searching around. I'll give her a roll.
You don't know how close you came.
You
to
put
that.
your
He did nothing
Froggy
wrong.
like,
hand.
frog hands on the door, and as you push it open, it shudders a little bit, and you tense up and freeze for a moment. Nothing happens, and you start padding your way in across the floor.
Is she making that like?
Yep.
Sound very silly.
And you're focused on the door in front of you. And what you don't see in the dim light of the bakery is there is a stool with a sack of flour on it. And you just brush the stool and it just starts rotating and tumbling. And you grab it, but it makes that wooden leg sound. Dum-dum-dum. And you hear a voice from the shop front saying, "Hello? Who's back there?"
I don't answer.
You hear footsteps.
Can I? Okay, as a grung, are my hands and feet like suctiony?
No, but they are slightly tacky, but they're
Okay.
not like a small frog.
Okay.
So they can't support like your 3 foot
Okay.
size when you try. You can still try and climb up things, but they don't give you any like special ability
So,
any further than anyone
I
else.
couldn't like hang from the ceiling.
No, you don't have that ability, unfortunately.
Okay.
Only hear footsteps.
I'm just gonna hide behind the door
Okay.
and then prep my hand
Yeah.
so that when she comes out,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try and grab her hand.
So before any of that happens, well, roll a stealth check first of all to hide rather than stealth in.
12 again.
12 again. You hear the footsteps, and then they stop before they even come into the rear of the bakery, and you hear a muted gasp,
Oh no.
and then silence. But you don't know what's happened.
Okay.
You know why that's happened. You think you've got lucky.
I'm gonna peer around the door frame and just have a look what's in there.
How far do you want to peer around the door frame?
That far.
Like 50%.
One eye.
Okay. Fortunately, she doesn't see you when you peer around the door, but what you see is the corpse, well, not the corpse, the sleeping form of Albraid behind the counter on the floor, laying down, and Nullist a few feet away, who've just come round the counter, staring at it.
Do I put her to sleep again?
We're just gonna keep putting everybody to sleep as long
And
as
that's my
it's no
yeah.
problems.
I panic and I'm like, oh.
You can rush over and go, "Oh no, what happened?"
I don't know how else to explain that I'm in the garden.
I think we
You're-
really
You're a frog.
We're all fucked.
You're a frog.
She hasn't seen you.
I just mean I hang out in gardens.
Why not?
But you could run out the garden and go, "We gotta go," and we could go.
But then
You could froggy leap.
we're gonna have to actually kill. No?
You don't know what's happened in the front of the shop front. You've got no...
I've always said you don't.
All you've heard is Chad saying he's going to the tavern with Albraid.
But
Nullist, you stay here and look around.
oh
That's
yeah,
it.
okay, so I don't know what that Albraid is.
No, you do because you put her to sleep.
But I don't know that
No, you
Mike
don't know
became
either one is.
Albraid.
Or
No.
move
No.
to behind the counter.
Okay.
Just do it.
I
Just
wanna-
go in.
I don't want to kill Nellis.
Just go in.
Do I go in?
Just go in.
Or do I come back out?
Just do it.
And I'm
What's
like,
your gut telling you?
Currently, you're on your own in there, so it's
Yeah.
your shout.
okay. Okay.
You're leaving us outside, just looking at each other.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to go
grateful.
into the bakery.
Okay.
And we're going
Nullist takes a couple of steps back
Yeah.
in sort of like in a defensive way
to, yeah.
because you've just emerged from the bakery and she just has seen this. And she's, Pip, what's happened here?
I don't know, I thought you could tell me.
I've just seen Albraid walk out the front door, but then there's a
Oh
sleeping
my God,
form of her
tell
here.
The truth.
There's
Tell the
two
truth.
Albraids?
Yes. And she kneels down to Albraid and like checks her pulse
Yeah.
and sees that she's still alive, and then tries to like make sure that she's not injured. And as she moves the body around, Albraid starts to wake up.
You just did it to calm it down. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. I rush over.
Okay.
Oh god, what do I do?
Just explain. Just say you
We
went to
haven't, done,
comfort.
we haven't done anything wrong.
Does Albraid wake up?
Yes, she's
Okay.
waking up currently.
You comforted her.
She looks over and sees you
Yeah.
like looming behind Nullist,
Yep.
and her eyes go wide for a second.
I don't loom. I
But that's
gently,
to her. That's what it
I
looks
very
like.
kindly and sweetly walk up to them and I go, Albraid, are you okay? Something terrible happened and you fainted. Are you okay?
Can I pop
Do
my head
you,
round?
do you grab her?
No.
Okay. We'll do this, and then we'll do. So do a deception check.
17.
Okay. And you pop your head around. Where do you pop? You have to open the door.
Pip, you've been in there a long time. Where are you?
Nullist stands up, leaves you with Albraid, and puts her head through the door and sees you at the back door. See there. This is very suspicious looking. What are you two doing back there?
I'm just going to come straight out with everything.
So you say what?
Well, there, Nullist. We walked in. There's been a murder.
Yes, I see this. Can you explain to me why there are two Albraids walking around our town?
There's one. She's there.
No, I've seen one leave with your friend Chad.
No, there's one.
And then there's one here
I was
who
comforting
looks
her.
scared out of her wits.
I can explain that. I put my arms
Please
around
do.
her. Put my arms around her. She was distraught. And then I whispered in her ear. I was coming for her.
At this point, Albraid, there's a flash of recognition on her face, and then she points at you and goes, "Murderer!"
I would never hurt anyone.
Nullist hunkers down with Albraid. She goes, and Albraid goes, "He whispered in my ear. He was going to kill me."
I was told to whisper it to her.
I stand
He
in front
sounds
of
like a
him.
madman.
I would never hurt anyone. That hurts my feelings to think that you'd think I'd do that.
I'm going to stand in front of him and say,
So you come in?
Yeah, I'm already out there with him.
Because
He came in.
Yeah,
Right,
he came
okay.
in. but you didn't
I've
say.
obviously heard this.
So you followed them in.
This man is a coward and he's not capable of harming
Oh
anyone.
my goodness! What
It's
are
all
you?
true. I would never do it.
What on earth are you?
Do you have anything to say?
She whispered in my ear and told me to whisper in hers, and I whispered it, and then that happened.
Pollinia, do you think you can come in here for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Are you at the door? No, you've
Yeah,
gone.
we didn't go back to the bar.
Okay, we'll go back to you then.
Tavern.
Where did you go?
I've really got
Where
work
did we
on.
go?
We went around the corner, but I have a plan. It's a good plan. Come on. You don't even know the plan yet. God.
I can't handle another plan.
Okay, let's all get on board with the plan.
Well,
But only Mike and Chad can go.
yeah,
on board.
this doesn't involve
Okay.
anybody else.
What's the plan?
So it'll go terribly.
I can cast something
Okay.
from around the corner so she doesn't get into the bakery.
Okay, so you've escorted Albraid out, and there are quite a few people that touch your shoulder on the way past and go, "I'm really sorry." But,
Oh, are there more people?
oh yeah, there's a huge crowd of people outside here.
Changes
Everyone's
the
come to
plan.
this
No, it
semicircle the
doesn't.
front
No, this is
door.
Yep.
And as you try and lead Albraid away, there's people going, "Oh, if you need any help, you come to me. We'll we make you dinner and we'll just look after you. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine, I'm sure." It's a horrible thing that's happened. We've never had him murder here. Yeah, you just gradually fill the back up as people.
I'm giggling so much. Everyone thinks I'm crying hysterically, but I'm just like,
Big smile on your face. Okay. And the more you do that, it seems to encourage more people to be
I
genial to
find
you.
it funnier.
And you walk off. But there's still a few people watching you as you lead her away to the tavern. How far away do you want to get from the front of the store?
Not very far.
Okay. How far?
I'm going to cast 11 feet.
11 feet.
Yeah.
So you are now that's in the crowd, basically.
Yep.
You're just kind of the rear of the crowd, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to cast something in front of the doorway to
Okay.
make sure that nobody else enters.
Sure.
Grease. I cast grease.
Okay.
Genius.
Tell me about Greece.
Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range and turns it into difficult terrain for the duration.
Okay.
When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fail prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
What is your DC? You should say on the spell. It should say saving
It-
throw.
Does not. Casting time, 1 action, range 60 feet to
Yep.
10 feet.
I think
Duration 1 minute.
Yep.
Attack save, Dex 10.
That's it, Dex 10.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I need. So as Apollonia is at the front door, and she's kind of like simultaneously going for the handle, then grease just appears underneath the foot, and she nearly just like slips. Her feet nearly go out from under her, but she manages to save herself at the last moment and braces herself on the door. Half of the rest of the people fall over.
So there's just a bunch of people that just...
Yeah, it's good. Their feet just go out from under them as they're like turning around to like, give you sympathy. They just spin on their heels, and just like half the people just fall over and they can't get up. Other people like reach their hands down to try and pull them up. They pull them down. It's mayhem. But Apollonia looks round.
Now you can change...
At everyone like falling over, and then just locks eyes with you. Gives you just a horrible stink eye.
I give
and
her
then
stink
just
eye back.
lets herself in and closes
But
the
is
door
she
behind
like
her.
slippery?
Yeah, it's all very
Yeah.
much like someone on
So it's
in
she's
shoes on an
very
ice
very
rink.
intense, but she's like
Yeah. She's like
yeah. Yeah.
That's all that
like
you
that
want.
again.
Yeah.
Very much so. And then she just like she's inside and she just slowly closes the door whilst looking at you for the last moment.
Can I keep looking at her exactly the way that she looks at me?
Yes.
Can I change back? She's not looking at me, but can I change back?
Yeah,
Is it
everybody's
everyone?
distracted. Everybody's distracted
Okay.
Yeah.
For the grease.
by the grease.
Joanne?
I'm Joanne.
Joanne. Okay. So Apollonia is back in the.
What was the last thing we said?
So she
She
invited.
said, "What on earth are you?"
You
and then she
appeared.
invited
Oh, yeah.
Apollonia.
Yeah, and then she shouted at Apollonia. Apollonia enters the
Oh.
shop front.
Are we gonna have to kill Polymere?
I think we should.
Yeah.
She thinks you're a murderer.
Are you saying this out loud?
No.
I don't think we should.
I've just
kill
been
them.
called a coward.
That's true. That's true. It's
In
by this
defense
monster.
of you.
This beast.
It's just defending you.
Yeah, this giant 6'6". So just remind what she looks like. Golden chainmail, a blue,
Get
a white and gold tabard on the front, giant flail over one shoulder, and a huge kite shield on one arm. There is the face is like porcelain white with blue like marble cracks in it, and solid black eyes with smoke just pouring off them.
So what are we
Fair
doing?
I am ASMR.
I am ASMR.
And what did you have to do with this scene?
We heard a scream and we came to help. And what we found was a woman in much distress and a dead body.
So what I see here is there is a woman that is accusing Parter over here of murder.
Parter, the coward, and the pacifist.
Part of the pussy.
So he self-proclaims.
My partner.
Oh,
And-
I can vouch for his cowardice.
I'm sure you can, but I'm afraid we don't know you here. So you're
My word is divine.
okay. I wouldn't go around spreading that kind of words if I was you. That's not really going to ingratiate you into the legal system, I'm afraid. Also, we have seen a second Albraid, and I could have sworn it was. It looked exactly like sounded like her leaving the scene of the crime with Chad.
I can't
We-
answer for that.
We were investigating here the whole time, and we never saw a second Albraid. Why are you lying to us about a second Albraid?
We did leave for a short period of time to defeat a
I
to
stand
defeat a
up.
beat.
Okay.
She's allergic.
Albraid, won't you come with me?
Where are you
And-
taking her?
We're going to take her to the mayor's house. We can't take her to the office for it is being repaired right now. I feel that she will be safest there.
She's in no fit state to travel alone.
She will be
Trust
coming
her.
with me and Apollonia.
Would you like the protection of
No,
my
you're
flail?
fine. I think we'll be fine.
There is someone in this village who is guilty of murder.
Yes. And she looks at Chad. Not Chad, sorry. Looks at Carter.
No,
Sure,
Can I look
No. she looks at
Can I look her
Carter.
in the eyes and just be like, you know I never hurt anybody.
I
he
don't know
literally
anything
wouldn't
for a
hurt
fact.
a bee.
Unfortunately, the crime scene looks very much bad in your case. You have an eyewitness as saying that you've threatened to kill her, and we have a corpse on the floor.
I was.
It doesn't look very good with you.
I was with my friends, and we literally just walked in when everybody else was crowding round.
There's a lot of things that don't add up here. I think we need to really all step away from the crime scene and figure out what's going on.
Just trust me.
I'm
that I
going to
didn't
ask
do
you
it.
to stay here.
What is
whilst I
your
take
authority here?
Albrecht. I'm the deputy mayor.
You are the deputy to the great Acheron?
Ocken, yes.
Acheron?
Ocken.
Salazar Ocken.
Is that Salazar Acheron?
Acheron.
Ocken.
Of the Anatheme?
She has an
No,
The
accent.
kickball champion.
I
Salazar plays
don't think
kickball.
he's one for kickballs. No, he's more of a one for. He's more of a spectator than a
The
player.
Acheron I know is a great kickballer.
Akaran is the librarian.
More lies?
No,
Distraction.
Ocaran. It's the same people.
They're not the same people
It's just-
at all. One is the mayor and one is the librarian.
I have been lied to.
I don't really know what's going on here.
I have been lied to.
Oh, there's a lot of
I
lies, isn't there?
think that's between you guys.
Can you?
I'm going to leave with Albrecht now.
That sounds wise.
You go and see Acaran. Acaran. You go see Acaran. I mumble his name.
Yes. She takes Albrecht and Apollinaire, who's just like smirking in the background, big shit-eating grin on her.
Hey.
And
I point
Apollinaire opens the door for them both and just like puts a hand on Albrecht's shoulder and like whispers like, "I'm so sorry about what's happened."
Can I subtly?
You see those three exiting. Nullus is the last one to leave, and Apollinaire has got her arms around Albrecht and is like patting her shoulder and then nodding at everybody else that's kind of like slowly getting up, and then she like almost slips over again on the grease,
Just before this happens,
but she keeps her feet.
Nullus didn't trip. The other one?
Apollinaire
Albrecht?
and Albrecht are fine. Nullist is also fine.
Oh,
yes.
whatever.
Nullist seems to be very light on her feet. In fact, she has almost no trouble stepping across the grease.
Thought that trap was gonna work.
Can I?
You got about like a dozen people.
Who had nothing to do with this?
Yes.
Who didn't affect this at all?
People are like
I got 'em
holding
now.
their hands and their shoulders.
Yeah.
Where's Apollinaire in the group as they're walking out?
So
Sucking
it's if you're looking from the bakery outwards, it would be Albrecht, and then Apollinaire's got a hand around Albrecht's shoulders and comforting her, and then behind them, in between the shop and those two, is Nullist, who's placating the audience and ushering them to Salazar's.
I like it.
I'm gonna
Throw a weed at her.
point my hands towards her.
yeah,
You call her back.
yeah.
Actually, no. We should do this on the sly.
Okay.
Point my hands towards her
Mhm.
and cast poison spray.
Oh my god!
Dude,
To Apollinaire.
you're
As she
gonna
walks
get
away.
Nullist in the way.
You're trying not to look like a murderer.
This is subtle. She's walking away. She doesn't know what's happening.
Really
This is why
not
we're
that subtle.
friends.
There's like 24 people out here.
I've been accused.
But no one can see us, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
If you have to open that door. So
Oh yeah.
it's fine now. What happens?
I didn't think that through.
Nope. I'm thinking today.
Aren't they all on the floor, prone?
Praying.
Half of them are on the floor prone,
Praying.
and the people that didn't fall over are trying to help them up.
Yes, they're not looking.
I mean, it's a big.
It's making
Sounds
her
like
a
my
little,
kind of plan.
making her a little bit sick. It's
You like
alright.
plans?
She's going to be a little bit ill.
No plans.
Tell me about poison spray. Where do you?
Poison spray. I extend my hand towards a creature that I can see within range and project a puff of noxious gas from my palm.
Mm-hmm.
Creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 poison damage.
Roll 1d12 poison damage for me, please.
Is this visible?
Yeah.
Is this shooting out of
Yeah.
his hands?
Yes.
No one sees.
It's 4.
4. So you step out. Well, you open the door at least.
Oh, go out.
Well, you have to open the door at least to get a line of sight on these
This is
two.
as she's walking out.
No. Oh, you want to do it just before she leaves?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
as
yeah.
she's walking out.
As soon as they turn around to start going.
Yeah.
Before she gets
In that
greased.
case,
In
well, so
front
we'll
of the
retcon it
deputy
slightly.
mayor.
So you haven't seen them leave.
Sorry.
You two haven't seen them leave yet. You 3 roll initiative.
She can still fall over in the grease.
She
I know.
will still fall over.
Sorry, Tim.
They
That's
all
right. No,
come
no
close.
worries.
18.
Initiative.
Oh. 19.
12.
12.
7.
7. So that way, me, you 2. You go first. So you've done that. They fail. Apollinaire failed, which takes 4 points of damage. Her hand goes to her throat. There's just green and dark green veins spreading out from her eyes, her nose, and her mouth, and she starts spewing up like this thick green slime as the veins just like trickle down her throat. Her hands go to her neck, and she just collapses to the floor, gagging, and dies.
Oh,
What the fuck?
Oh.
Is she in the
Did
shop?
anybody
Yes.
see
man.
Carter
Two.
cast it?
Nullist saw
Two
it,
murders.
and Albraid saw it.
Second campaign you've done this.
Nullist
Good look out.
shouts.
Oh,
She's next. She grabs Albraid, throws the door open, runs out. They
Steps
both
on-
passed the previous grease dexterity saving throws.
man.
So
funny.
I'll still use that. And they just run. Nullist tells everybody to scatter. Parter has killed 2 people.
Mike, we look
Okay,
good now.
I have a
Yeah, we're
plan.
fine.
I've got a plan. Would anybody like to hear my
No
plan?
plan.
Are we still in
There's
initiative?
Yes.
there's
So now
already.
it's you.
I'm sorry.
I don't. Oh my
don't know
God, what are you
to
gonna do?
Just kill them all.
It's definitely dead. I can't heal them.
Yes, you can.
I can heal them.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
I. Okay.
Today.
Not today.
Not today, Parter.
Look how
I
exciting
am
it looks.
going
It's just
to
no, I'm not excited. This is more like I thought this was going to be the much smaller part of tonight's episode. But that's fine.
We've been in the shop the entire time.
An hour in the
Create a
bakery,
character that's just
killing
too
people.
irritating.
I'm going to use lay on hands.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to restore like 3.
Okay.
But I also can use it to dispel poison.
Yes.
So would that be
So she's not under the poison condition,
Okay.
but she has taken poison damage.
okay? So,
So
I'll
it's
just
just
use,
mostly you just need to
I'll
heal.
restore like 3 hit points.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's like it never happened.
And she, like for a second or two, she's on the floor until you sidle over, kneel down, lay your hands on the side, on her shoulder, and you see all of the veins retract back up and like into her orifices. And then her eyes shoot open again, and she draws in a breath, and she looks around afraid. You'll go.
My go.
Poisoner.
Do I know that these 2 are just outside? Have I seen them?
Yes, because when Nullist threw the door open, she didn't bother closing it.
Okay.
So you can see everybody outside.
My eyes are very
Staring
wide.
at us.
I have a plan. I don't know if it's a terrible plan.
Does it involve
We have
grease?
6 seconds
Can't.
to action it.
Okay.
Can't be worse than killing
I'm
someone.
gonna run outside.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go to
Roll a
Joanne.
dexterity
Don't
check.
slip on grease. I just said, does it involve grease?
Forgot the grease.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Dexterity
Dexterity saving throw.
22.
Yep, you're fine. You run
Fine.
out.
Just
Your
hop
feet,
over the
your feet
grease.
are like for a second like slip slightly, but then you just splay your like frog toes,
So cool.
and you just pad, no problem.
I need you.
I need you to
To-
in my life.
I love you. I need you to become Parter and run in there and pretend to be Parter, but an evil Parter. I need you to pretend to be the good Parter and be confused about this situation. Huh?
Okay, that's it. That's about 6 seconds worth of.
Are they in initiative?
We have to roll you 2 into initiative now.
You'd have seen people
I'm
running
just
out.
yeah.
You'd have seen them running out. So
Yeah.
I've murdered 2 people.
Yeah, I saw people run out and you is voodooing.
And you didn't see that bit.
Oh, did I not?
Behind the
Did
door.
no one see Potter do that?
Nullist did and Aponea did.
They're the ones that ran out.
Mmm.
So Mike and Chad, why don't you roll initiative?
Cool.
8.
17.
17,
No, sorry, 19.
19,
Yeah.
Chad. And sorry, you got
8.
8. Okay, so Chad.
I didn't hear her tell.
I think you said you were whispering, so probably not. No.
Are you still Mike or are you
I'm Mike.
Albraid.
Mike.
now.
Joanne.
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 I'm Joanne. I'm Joanne.
So many names. So she's Joanne.
Yep.
I see Pip run up to her.
Correct.
I have no idea what's happened.
Also correct.
Nullist is gone
Nallis is running
with
Albraid.
Albraid.
Yeah, out and towards Salazar's house.
I am going to follow them,
Okay.
but lizard-like.
Lizard follow.
Lizard follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the grease?
No.
No,
It
because you're
has to
outside
be.
the grease. You're 11 feet away.
Outside the crease.
Yeah. Roughly 11
yeah, so
feet outside of
you start
Greece.
running after her.
Not running. I don't want to make it obvious.
Sauntering. Casually sauntering.
Swimming.
Lizards.
Sashaying.
Okay.
Sashaying my way.
Sashaying after her.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can...
With my pants that shake.
when you do a stealth check, it's not so much like skipping from shadow to shadow, more like just looking innocuous as you do it.
Pretty innocuous. 13.
They're pretty innocuous with 13, okay. Not that innocuous, 13.
Oh, man.
So, with all this commotion, people are looking at Albraid and Nullist. People are looking specifically at Pip, who's just come out of the bakery, and they've followed her, obviously, over to Muic. And then, because their attention's on Muic and Pip, they just see you walk, because Nullist has just run past them. Everyone's just like turning their heads. A few people will just watch you, like, kind of saunter after her.
That's okay. I don't
Nullist
mind.
and Albraid don't look back. They're just running. They're literally running.
Well, I'm keeping up.
Cool.
But not in a creepy way.
Parter,
In a stealthy way.
Where am I?
careful.
At the moment, I'm
you're in the bakery.
I panic.
Okay. What you see so far is still kneeling down where Albraid was is Aya. Pip's left. Just you and Aya. And
I know, and I've
some
healed.
screaming from outside.
I've healed. What's the name?
Oh, yeah, Apollinaire. So Apollinaire is like looking wide-eyed.
I've got a.
It's just staring at you.
I'm going to move towards
fear
her
in
and
her
I'm going
eyes?
to be panicking and going, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay. She scrambles backwards.
And under my breath and go, not again, not again.
Okay.
And I go towards her to say, I'm sorry.
She's just like, she scuttles backwards. Are you trying to grab her?
Yeah.
Roll
I'm trying to hug her.
Roll an athletics check.
Trying to hug her and just,
Front spoon.
Another spoon.
Sorry.
and then whispering, forgive me.
He spoons his victims.
16. Yeah, +1.
16, 17, she rolled an 18. So you try and hug her, and she just wriggles out of your grasp and just pushes away to the wall, like wide-eyed. She goes, "You're a murderer.
But you're alive. You're
You
not
murdered
dead.
Albert. You murdered Hertung.
No, he didn't. No, he
Albraid
didn't.
said
We
you
came
threatened
here.
her. You killed me."
I never hurt anyone except for you, but I never hurt anyone. I'm just gonna run. I'm
Okay.
literally just gonna run.
Yeah. Out of the front door.
Just panic and run.
Yeah.
Through the
So you dart out the front door,
Grease
and
run.
everybody's neck snap back to the front. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
The only people this is fucked up is
12.
I know.
You're fine.
12.
Yeah.
Good job.
You manage to you slip and slide a little bit. You kind of like risky business slide a little bit. Catch your feet underneath you.
I
and
never
just carry
hurt
on
no
walking.
one.
Which direction are you going? You're going to go after Nullist? You're going to go towards Chad? Opposite direction from that? Back home?
Yeah, I'm gonna run back home,
Okay. So you take a third direction and you just peg it through the crowd, push your way through the crowd,
crying.
and you're about 10 feet away from them. People can still see you. Nullist and Albraid are running another 60 feet towards Salazar's. They're nearly there. Next round, they'll probably get there. You see Apollinaire like look at you with sort of horror in her eyes, and then she scrambles up to her feet and then darts out the front door as well. And then immediately she forgets about the grease. Her feet go out from her.
Got her. I knew it. I knew I cast
the
it for a
one person
reason.
who we
Yeah.
She
shouldn't
just
hurt.
hits her butt on the stairs and just rolls end over end down there and just slides along the grease.
She shouldn't
She's
be-
covered in it now.
She shouldn't be so nosy.
And she
Yeah.
tries to like just pull herself
She's
along.
really the only person I actually wanted to get with this grease trap. So that's why I cast it, because remember she was going in? I
Oh.
tried to cast it to prevent her.
She does stand for everything I hate.
Sorry.
Can I high five Chad?
As a free action.
I'm alone in the house now.
Yes, you're alone in the bakery. Well, there is a corpse there.
Corpse of who?
Hertung.
Man,
They didn't take him with them?
Nope.
Who would have taken
they
them
ran
with
out.
him?
They ran out.
Oh, I guess they did.
They,
Because of this
they
one.
wanted to save the living.
Ask him a
And
question.
the dead one?
Yeah.
I can't speak to dead people.
Oh.
It's not one of my
Well, I guess you
superpowers.
can't do everything.
You?
You can marry people, but you can't talk to dead people.
I could give him a funeral right.
It's true, you could. Do you want to?
See?
Oh, I don't know why I would.
It's now the time.
Can you bring him back from the dead?
No, I'm not that clever yet.
No, she tried, but he'd been dead for too long. There's a higher level spell that you could do it, but you're not there.
What do we do? What do we actually want to do? Get away from the murder.
I,
Find
this
out
has
who
got,
murdered
this, to be
him.
honest, this has gotten away from all of us, I think.
Tim, is this
What do
what
we
you
wanna
expected
do?
to happen?
No, not even
My
slightly.
plan is
Yeah.
that we
Yeah, I
just
like that
pretend
plan.
that there's multiple of us, and then we rock up at Salazar's house and be like, "What's going on?"
Well, right now I'm the murderer, so why don't you lot just go and
Yeah.
do that? And I'm just
No,
gonna
but
sit
that's
home.
why if there's another parter
There needs to be
that
two
they
of you.
see, then they'll be like, "There's two of this woman. There's two parters. Clearly, there's not like something's going on."
we spread a rumor.
Yeah, and then we can turn up and be like, "We were just
So somebody should
in
come
the
get me.
library. What happened?"
Akaran can vouch for you.
Akran can vouch for us.
We can turn up at Salazar's with the rocks, like that's all we were just going to do.
Yeah.
But we already.
No, 'cause
We were
took them
coming
away.
back for
Took them away, you said we were going to
negotiations.
come back. Because you didn't trust me with the suit.
I did not trust you with the soup. I
So-
still don't trust you with the soup.
If we just make sure that they see one
trust
other
you.
of us, then right?
That's a good.
So we'll all, in
That's a
our
good plan.
turns, heading towards the same direction as they're running.
Someone's going to need to come get me because I'm just heading back crying at my house.
Oh,
I
you're
can
right.
grab
You
you.
run past me.
No, different direction.
never
I'll
mind.
on my turn, because to be honest, I stuck up for you and told them how much of a coward you were, and then you shot poison at her.
And they ran away.
Yeah, so I'm gonna chase after him and
Okay.
try and get him to answer for why he tried to poison that woman.
Roll a
Good save.
dexterity saving throw.
Could say.
In your grief.
Everybody keeps running out.
You could say by calling me a coward, you made me do it, just to prove I'm not.
Is that why you did it?
Nope, I did it because she's annoying.
Saving throw.
Yes.
13.
Yeah, you're fine. Again, you feel like your feet sliding out from under you slightly,
This
but
really
you
could've
regain your feet,
I just roll my eyes.
and you run, and you catch up to Parter.
Okay, I just grab him. Have I still got an action?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I just grab him and lift him.
Roll
up.
an athletics check for me, please.
You lift
And can you
7
do
foot.
an athletics or acrobatics check?
20.
20.
So nothing changes with a draw.
Okay.
So you grab him, but you don't manage to lift him up,
Okay.
and you can work his way out.
I am
with your
7
grip.
foot.
I'm just gonna keep hold of
She's
him.
taller
Yeah.
than you.
And can I say something?
Oh.
Yeah.
You tried to
What?
murder that woman.
I didn't try to, I did.
I
Dead!
But-
Dead?
She's dead.
I tried to, I did, she did.
I healed her. You're not a murderer.
Oh, I'm so happy about that. And I'm going to hug you.
I'm gonna resist.
And then freak out a little bit. with
I'm
the
just gonna be
wings.
wooden.
Okay, you can be wooden.
Okay.
You don't get a lot of purchase on it,
What do we do now?
on the hug.
We will find the people and we'll explain that you're not a murderer. But you'll explain to me why you poisoned that woman.
I had this inner rage that just come out of me and I didn't know what to do, and then I stuck my hands out and she was just pressing my buttons, and then I poisoned her and she died.
She was a snooty bitch.
Damn right she was. She won't be now, though.
You can't poison every woman who's rude to you.
I promise you now I won't.
Okay.
And then I think we should be going.
Yeah. We head off towards that
Let's go find
direction.
us.
So Pip and Mike, you have the same initiative order, so whichever wants to go first.
We're
I
both
ex-
outside.
I explained the plan.
Yep.
How do we need to get everyone else together, but you need to be seen as Parter at the same time so that they know that there's two of you. How do we organise this?
Do we see them walking after?
You see Aya come out of the bakery
Yep.
and run over to Parter. You
And-
see Nullist and Albraid 100 or so feet away from the bakery running towards Salazar's. And you see Chad running after them.
Okay, can I can't do it in real life, but someone else can.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That
So you
to,
whistle.
to the rest of the group. So you've gone after them, right?
Yep.
To the rest of the group,
Mhm.
and Can they hear me if I shout, or can I just sign?
Yeah, they're all within shouting distance.
I still want to sign, just because.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm just like.
I can't see that at all.
No,
right?
you've gone.
She whistles. If you want to, you can look over your shoulder what that whistle is.
Do you
If
see
you don't
me
think
going?
your character would look over your shoulder, if
No.
you're just focused on
Everybody's screaming.
Yeah.
But you hear that.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to look over your shoulder, you don't have to. So that's not what your character would do.
I don't think it is because I'm trying to make sure that Salazar doesn't.
Got eyes on
Screw
Nullist and
this
Albraid.
up.
Yeah.
So
And by this, I mean this great plan that we concocted.
I see it, but I have no idea what.
out of
that means.
character, we're heading that way. So you keep going.
Yeah, I'm still going,
So you're just,
following them.
yeah, you're still following up. What do you do? Okay. Do you two
but I
want to
wanna make-
run?
Hand signals.
How
After
far
chat?
away is he?
You did a full run. They did a full run, so you're probably like a good 40 feet away.
Okay. How far can I jump? Stan? long jump with a
75
runner.
feet with the jump spell.
Oh
okay.
man.
You can get with
A
your
long
movement,
Yeah.
your bonus action, and an action. You can definitely get in front of Nullist and Albraid.
I don't want to get in front of them. I want to get in front of Chad.
Yeah, you can easily do that.
So I'm going to cast jump.
Okay.
Run
Bonus
up.
action. You use your mark that off your spell list. You run 10 feet to get that run up, and then
Yep.
you just see Pip, a small 3-foot grung, a red grung, run 10 feet and then just leap, and just keeps leaping and leaping and leaping like 40 feet, and then arcs downwards, and then just go. You see her go over your head, this red streak over your head, Chad, and then she just goes
And you land like that.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
in a
like-
Marvel film.
Yeah.
right in front of you.
Cool.
We need to go back.
Salazar's going that way with the.
Salazar's not there. Salazar's in his house, but Nullist and
Oh yeah,
Albraid's
Nullist
there.
is going to Salazar's house
Yeah.
with Albraid.
We will meet them there. You need to come with me.
Use your words.
We're gonna look like murderers.
I've got a plan that will make us not look like murderers.
My plan was Greece. What's your plan?
My plan is 2 of all of us.
Doubles.
Double us. That means double grease. You're in?
Double Greece.
Sounds like dog.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm hearing yes.
Yeah.
Let's go back
Yeah.
to Joanne.
Yeah.
Mike, you still have movement and action. Is there anything you'd like to do?
No.
Nope. So you stay there.
It's
You just watch Pips run.
Very similar to when I watched Chad go.
Yeah. It's a lot of people just like flying overhead.
I'm watching Pip going.
You don't want to change into anything or move anywhere.
I'm taking in my surroundings.
Chad,
Yeah.
it's your go.
I'm still saying yeah. I'm contemplating yeah.
Okay. Do you want to move anywhere or do anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think she's convinced me because
Okay.
they're already in the house.
Yeah.
So I can't just barrel in. I mean, I could if I wanted to.
Sure.
But I don't want to.
I think at this point, we're out of initiative order.
Oh. So
So like we're all
my
free to
initiative
act.
was saying yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your entire.
Good
Well
use of
spent.
time.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're not following anyone now. You're not actively like fighting anyone. You all want to reconvene together.
Yeah.
And you're happy to let
Yeah.
at least for now,
Yeah.
Nullist and Albraid go to Salazar's.
Yeah.
You watch as they run in the front door. Nullist throws the front door open, gets Albraid in there, takes one last look back at everybody, and then slams the door shut. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
I can't believe how that happened.
That was a long bakery run.
Yes. So I'd like to thank my players Ellie, Josh, Annie, Khalil, and Alice. And if you'd like to plug your social media, now is an amazing time to do so.
At Ellie Bav.
At MCM Josh.
At Annie_squirrel.
At LizardWizard3000.
It's not true.
ALECYE.
And I'm at MCM_Tim. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time. Remember, if you don't know what to do, just roll over and die.
Yeah.
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 We're up.
What the fuck happened?
Bang up.